Hey guys, welcome. Amena here. And in this video, we're going to go over the 7 shocking things that made me a millionaire by the age of 27. So here we go. I wrote a list. I've got it right here. So the first one and foremost is using credit cards to pay for services and tools. Now, I just noticed that it's actually 8 things I wrote down. So it's 8 habits that I've learned or I can look back at and has really helped me get to my first $1 million at the age of 27. All right. So again, the first one was using credit cards to pay for tools and services. And the reason why I say tools and services, because the things that I was building. So I was using credit to pay for things like website development, for specific softwares and plugins at the time that I was testing and trying out to offer different services to my ideal clients. I was offloading a lot of stuff that I could whenever I had a little bit of credit freed up. I would go ahead and try different bringing in different people that had more skill in certain areas to build out different products and services for what I was already offering for my clients. So making them better, making them faster, making them more user friendly. So credit really helped me build my business. And without credit, I would never be able to save up enough money to actually take the risk that I needed to take to actually test out the ideas, to actually implement the ideas. Even though a lot of those things that I paid for didn't turn out, the things that did turn out really built the foundation and what was needed to keep growing over the years. So over the years of me figuring out what was working and what wasn't working, it compounded the time it would have took me from saving up the money or getting another job or whatever I needed to do to come up with the money to continually to grow. So use credit to your advantage, get as much credit as you possibly can, but always reinvest it back into what you're building for your community, to that ideal client. And from there, double down on what's working, make it better, make it faster, make it more user friendly, and you will have a nice foundation to continue to build your other products and services and ideas off of. All right, so make sure that you are using it correctly in building whatever your business that you are doing. The next thing, flexible in activity. All right, so when I say flexible in activity, I mean based on what results you want. So first you have to have an idea of what results you are trying to achieve. And then from there, you have to be flexible on how to get it. So for an example, like for me right now, a lot of the business that I build has to do with content, has to do with social media marketing. So a lot of the things that I found that I was doing essentially wasn't fulfilling the results I wanted. So I had to be flexible on trying out new ideas on different platforms, for trying out different naming ideas, different thumbnail ideas, different advertisement ideas. And from there, it was enough data that I could use to build a nice foundation to continually grow what I've been building in my personal brand and my business brand. So I can have that really solid foundation and say, this is working. Now I can build off of this and build something bigger and greater and better. And again, it's always like identifying what it is that's working and then making it better and improving on that. So you are basically taking that credit, you're taking those ideas, you're taking all the information you are needing to get to the next step. Okay, so you are building the foundation to get to the next step. All right, the next one is research success in the area that I want to be successful in. Now, this is so cut and dry. A lot of people overlook this. They don't know enough about their industry and the successful people in it. So now is your time to make a list. Like, who is the successful people that you see that are already working in this industry? Who do you need to study? Who do you need to model? And this is going to exponentially help your success. So for me in my early 20s, I was reading a lot of books around the topics that I needed to know and the people that were successful in those industries, so I could get better and faster at what I was doing. I was buying courses, I was buying books, I was buying motivational tracks to keep me motivated and to to keep learning and evolving and going through those day-to-day processes. Because a lot of it has to do with consistency, but when you have consistency and you are continually learning, then there's no stopping your success. All right, so number 4 is got closer to the vision often. And what I mean by this, we call them now vision boards, but for me, I didn't know what a vision board back was when I was 20. There was nobody like talking about it on YouTube. There was no talk about like on a podcast. Podcast didn't exist back then. But in my 20s, it was getting close into those neighborhoods, into those restaurants, and dressing up and going to those fancy resorts, to actually, seeing really nice cars at car lots. It was whatever I could do to get me into those environments where people were spending a lot of money, where they were dressing nice, where they were really well articulated, like in their words. It was going to those events as well as those communities and just saying, I could get there. I can have this. This is accessible to me. All right. So it's always constantly reminding yourself that if somebody else has it, then you can definitely have it too. And just confirming that belief that it is possible, because if there's other people in your area or in your industry that already have it, then it's specifically possible for you to get it in that same exact industry or environment. The next one is, let's see, I didn't put limits on my potential. So a lot of people that I talk to and I've coached over the last couple years, I often hear the people that aren't seeing any results or not getting any further than where they've been for like the last 6 months, the last 2 years, the last 3 years, is because they are limiting their potential. They're like, I don't have this, so I can't have that. And that is really just all internal. And once you break that limitation, say anything is possible at any time, like I can literally go from 0 to 100 million in a couple years, and that's no problem. In fact, I can exponential my growth. I can shoot higher. I can get bigger. Anything is possible for me. And you don't have a limitation and say, well, first I got to make my first 100,000. First I need to make my first million. First I need to make my, first 100 million. When you don't have that limitations on yourself, then anything is possible. So stop thinking in limitations and start thinking more in possibilities. All right, next one is I use weekends and nights to do more, okay, to get to my desired income. And what do I mean by that? By taking out everything in my life that didn't have a direct impact on getting me to my end result. So for even me now, way past my 20s now, is I still live by that mindset. Like I don't watch TV on a regular basis. All the research and things I watch has to do within areas in my life that I feel weak at and need to learn more of. So I focus on what is the current thing I am trying to do in my life. And I follow people around that, and I watch videos around that, and I listen to music around that, and I learn around that. And that will essentially get me into the mindset of how exactly I need to go about doing that in my life. And in doing so, it takes up a lot of my nights and weekends. It's just a common fact. You only have so many hours in a day. So would you rather do a task that you're not learning and growing and evolving and building onto what you really essentially want to be doing in your life? Or would you rather waste that time and be like, well, why am I not getting the result? Well, it's because you are spending all your time and energy and thought process around this thing that is not serving you. So use your nights and weekends wisely. Your time is more valuable than anything. Your energy is more valuable than anything. So make sure you're spending it with quality people. You're spending it learning quality things that is going to get you forward in life and not keep you where you're already at. Okay, another thing is use what I had, okay, to make money and reduce monthly cost. All right, this is very important. All right, you heard that I said I spend all my time, or I use what I have, right? What I have time, of course. When you are looking to build income and you don't have more income to invest, maybe it's already invested, maybe unexpected costs came up, you could still use what you have. And that's always your time and energy. So if you have time and energy, you have something. If you have money, then you have money. Maybe you don't have the time. Maybe you care for a lot of people in your life. So but you have the money. Then you're going to invest that. But you always have something. You either have time or money. And if you don't have time and money, then you're not being truthful to yourself. You always have time and money. All right. So you are just living your life very haphazardly in another way, or you're doing something that's more proactive than actually productive. Okay. And you can look that up. Proactive is just doing a lot of things and getting some kind of results, but productive is actually getting a result time and time again that you can compound on. So do less tasks. That's actually like takes a lot of your time and your effort, and find ways to reduce that, offload it, stop doing it, whatever you got to do, and focus on those things that are building that foundation forward. Okay. So a lot of that has to do with, taking your money or taking your time and using that correctly. And then on the flip side of that, delegating how much budget, how much things that you're going to do to actually get you forward. All right. So a lot of that has to do like making sure that you're not overspending in something that is not getting you the results you need to get forward. And I don't mean like be frugal, and I don't mean like don't spend money. I want you to spend money. I want you to live abundantly, because if you do it right, like say if you invest in good hair care, your teeth, teeth whitening, you go to a really nice gym. Now you're like looking at it a little bit differently because you're investing back in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, you're going to meet better people. You're going to be in better environments. You're going to have better leads, you could say, if you have a business. You're going to have better people that you can network with that will eventually be possibly business partners or people to give you new opportunities. So you always want to invest in that. Don't be frugal with your money. Just be with your money. Don't be frugal with your money. Just be smart with your money. All right. So the next one is get a partner with the same vision. Now, I do mean a relationship, but of course, if you don't have nobody in your life right now that has a vision, that actually would like to share a vision with you, maybe bad communication skills, maybe just on a different path or timeline than you are, maybe just not in the same like place you are in life, don't wait for your partner to come in. Okay, you have to be your own supporter with a relationship or without. For me right now, currently, I don't have a partner. In my 20s, I did, and we had the same vision. So we were able to take our vision together to new heights because we had the same goal. We wanted to build something bigger. We wanted to have a certain amount of money. We wanted to have a certain type of lifestyle. Over time, our paths changed. He wanted to do something else with his life. I didn't. So our differences pulled us apart, but that also opened it up where now we could focus on the direction we both want to go. So again, a wrong partner will never get you the right result. A right partner will always get you the right result. So make sure with any type of relationships, even if it's a business partnership or a friendship, if you are in the right relationship, you'll know it because things will start moving in the right direction for you. So always find a partner with the same vision. Okay. All right. And that is it. That is the things that made me super successful and a multimillionaire at the age of 27, guys. I hope this list serves you well and you have a lovely day. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.